and welcome back to the channel. Today we're exploring one of the most honest and enduring categories in all of watchmaking, the field watch. Born on the battlefields of the First and Second World Wars, the field watch was designed with a single overriding purpose: to be readable, reliable, and rugged in the harshest conditions a human being could endure. No unnecessary complications, no fragile finishing, no distractions, just clear numerals, luminous hands, a tough case, and a movement that keeps going when everything around it is falling apart. From budget essentials to serious Swiss pedigree, these are the 10 greatest field watches you can buy today. Let's get into it. Number 10, Timex Expedition Scout. The Timex Expedition Scout is the entry point into field watch culture, and it earns its place on this list by delivering everything the category demands at a price that removes every possible barrier to ownership. The clean, straightforward dial features bold Arabic numerals, a date window, and Timex's proprietary Indiglow backlight technology, which illuminates the entire dial face in a blue-green glow that is genuinely one of the most effective low-light solutions in the watch world. The 40mm case is light, unpretentious, and built to a specification that withstands the everyday knocks and scrapes of outdoor life. The nylon or leather strap options keep the look honest and practical. This is not a watch that will impress watch snobs. It is a watch that will tell you the time reliably for years, survive every hike and camping trip you take it on, and ask virtually nothing from you in return. The Timex Expedition Scout is the watch that proves the field watch philosophy is about function first, and at this price, there is no excuse not to own one. The Timex Expedition Scout retails for approximately $60 USD. Number 9, Casio MDV Duro. The Casio MDV Duro is, by any honest measure, one of the greatest value propositions in the history of wristwatches. Not just in the field watch category, but anywhere. The Duro is technically a diver, water-resistant to 200 meters with a unidirectional rotating bezel, but its bold, legible dial, luminous hands, and no-nonsense construction give it exactly the practical personality a field watch demands. The analog display is clean and immediately readable. The resin case is virtually indestructible under everyday use, and the 3-link stainless steel bracelet is solid and comfortable from the moment it goes on. At its price point, the Duro outperforms watches costing 5 and 10 times as much in terms of raw durability and legibility. It is waterproof enough to take diving, rugged enough for fieldwork, and accurate enough to rely on without hesitation. Watch enthusiasts who know the Duro recommend it constantly and without reservation. For anyone building their first watch collection or simply needing a dependable daily tool, the Casio MDV Duro is an almost unfairly good answer. The Casio MDV Duro retails for approximately $55 USD. Number 8, Seiko SNK809 Automatic. The Seiko SNK809 is the field watch that introduced an entire generation to the joy of automatic watchmaking, a mechanical timepiece at a price that for decades seemed almost impossible to believe. Inside, the 37mm stainless steel case beats the Seiko 7S26 automatic movement, a self-winding caliber that requires no battery, no charging, and no intervention, just the motion of your wrist to keep it running day after day. The classic olive canvas NATO strap and matte khaki dial give the SNK809 an authentically military aesthetic that references the field watches of the mid-20th century without feeling like a costume. The case is slim, understated, and comfortable for extended wear. Accuracy is adequate rather than exceptional, but that is entirely beside the point. The SNK809 is the gateway drug of mechanical watchmaking, the watch that makes people realize they want to feel a movement on their wrist rather than hear a battery tick. Millions of enthusiasts began their journey here. The Seiko SNK809 retails for approximately $70, $90 USD. Number 7, Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical. The Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical is a watch rooted in genuine American military heritage, and it wears that heritage with quiet, understated authority. Hamilton supplied field watches to the U.S. Armed Forces for decades throughout the 20th century, and the Khaki Field Mechanical is the direct spiritual descendant of those instrument-grade timepieces. The manually wound movement, requiring a daily ritual of winding that many enthusiasts consider a meditative connection to the watch, beats inside a 38mm stainless steel case that is perfectly proportioned for any wrist size. The matte black or khaki dial features bold white Arabic numerals and broad luminescent hands that read with instant clarity in any light condition. The canvas strap keeps the aesthetic anchored in honest, functional territory. There is no date complication, no automatic rotor, just a clean, pure mechanical watch that does exactly what a field watch should do, with a heritage behind it that gives every glance at the dial a quiet sense of meaning. The Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical retails for approximately $495 USD. Number 6. Victorinox Infantry. The Victorinox Infantry is a field watch from a brand whose very name is synonymous with Swiss precision under pressure. Victorinox, makers of the legendary Swiss Army knife, brings that same philosophy to the infantry, a timepiece engineered for absolute reliability in demanding conditions, presented with clean, functional design and honest Swiss construction. The 40mm stainless steel case houses an ETA automatic movement, delivering accurate, dependable timekeeping without fuss. The dial is legible and composed with applied hour markers and luminescent hands that perform well in low-light conditions. The sapphire crystal protects the dial from scratches, and 100-meter water resistance ensures the infantry handles rain, river crossings, and everyday water exposure without concern. Victorinox watches occupy a fascinating position in the market, Swiss-made, genuinely capable, and consistently undervalued relative to their quality. The Infantry is a field watch for someone who wants serious Swiss credentials without the premium price that more famous Swiss names command. The Victorinox Infantry retails for approximately $395 USDC. Number 5. Luminox Field Series 1901. The Luminox Field Series 1901 is built around a single defining technology, and that technology genuinely sets it apart from every other watch on this list. Luminox's proprietary self-powered illumination system uses tritium gas tubes sealed inside the dial and hands to produce a constant battery-free glow that remains visible for up to 25 years without any need for light exposure or charging. In total darkness, the Luminox Field 1901 simply glows steadily, reliably, and indefinitely. That capability, originally developed for U.S. Navy SEALs, transforms the night readability of the watch entirely. The 45mm carbon compound case is extraordinarily light while remaining shock-resistant and water-resistant to 200 meters. The Ronda quartz movement inside keeps the time with precision, and the overall construction is purpose-built for field and tactical use. If you work in environments where darkness is a genuine operational challenge, military, search and rescue, security, or serious outdoor expeditions, the Luminox Field Series 1901 is not just a watch, it is a piece of equipment. The Luminox Field Series 1901 retails for approximately $395 in USD. Number 4. Hamilton Khaki Field Auto. The Hamilton Khaki Field Auto is the watch that proves field watches can be simultaneously utilitarian and genuinely beautiful, and it has earned its reputation as one of the finest value propositions in Swiss watchmaking. Powered by the ETA 2824-2 automatic movement with a 40-hour power reserve, the Khaki Field Auto is accurate, reliable, and self-winding, a combination that makes it a genuinely effortless daily companion. The 38mm or 42mm stainless steel case is tough and purposefully finished. The matte dial features bold Arabic numerals and broad luminescent hands for clear legibility, and the canvas or leather strap options let the owner tailor the character of the watch to their own taste. Hamilton's military heritage runs through every proportional and design decision. This is a watch shaped by real history, not marketing invention. The ETA movement ensures parts availability and service accessibility for decades to come. At its price point, the Khaki Field Auto sits in a category of one, a Swiss-made automatic field watch with genuine heritage credentials that is simply unmatched for value. The Hamilton Khaki Field Auto retails for approximately $495, $595 USD. Number 3, Glycine Combat Sub. The Glycine Combat Sub is the field watch for the collector who wants both rugged character and serious horological credentials, and it delivers both with a personality that is entirely its own. Glycine is one of Switzerland's oldest independent watch manufacturers, founded in 1914, and the Combat Sub draws on decades of producing professional-grade Swiss tool watches. Water-resistant to 200 meters with an automatic movement, a broad range of dial colors from classic black to bold blue and orange, and a distinctive case shape that blends dive watch proportions with field watch legibility, the Combat Sub occupies a wonderfully specific niche. The dial is deeply luminescent and immediately readable. The unidirectional bezel adds functional versatility for timing, and the overall finishing quality speaks to a manufacturer with genuine craft heritage behind it. On a NATO strap or the matching bracelet, the Combat Sub wears with a confidence that outpunches its price bracket convincingly. This is a watch for someone who has done their research and knows exactly why they chose it. The Glycine Combat Sub retails for approximately $500, $700 USD. Number 2, IWC Pilots Mark E8. The IWC Pilots Mark E8 is where the field watch category makes contact with genuine Swiss luxury, and the result is one of the most beautifully resolved pilot field watches in the world. IWC has been making aviation instruments in Schaffhausen since 1868, and the Mark series has been the backbone of that heritage since the 1930s. The Mark XVIII takes that profound legacy and presents it with disarming simplicity, a 40mm stainless steel case, a clean black dial with a white Arabic numeral layout based directly on historical aviation instruments, broad luminescent hands filled with super luminova, and a soft iron inner case providing exceptional protection against magnetic fields, a genuine technical necessity born from cockpit environments. The caliber 35111 automatic movement inside is a proven Swiss workhorse, and the anti-reflective coated sapphire crystal gives the dial a depth and clarity that is immediately apparent in person. The Mark SD8 does not shout, it does not perform. It simply sits on the wrist with a quiet authority that only comes from over a century of making watches for people whose lives depend on them. The IWC Pilots Mark E8 retails for approximately $45,000 USD. Number 1, Hamilton Khaki Field Murph. The Hamilton Khaki Field Murph is the most emotionally resonant field watch ever made, and it earns the top spot on today's list by achieving something that very few watches in any category ever manage. It tells a story that matters beyond watchmaking entirely. The Murph was created for Christopher Nolan's Interstellar, the watch that the character Murphy Cooper uses to decode a message across dimensions of space and time, connecting a father and daughter across the impossible. The prop watch was a Hamilton Khaki Field, and the production Murph immortalizes that connection with a faithful recreation of the film's timepiece, including the distinctive seconds hand scratch marks on the dial that play a pivotal role in the film's climax. But the Murph is far more than a movie watch. The 42mm stainless steel case is beautifully proportioned. The automatic movement provides reliable everyday performance, and the cream dial with its handsome aging aesthetic gives it a warm human character unlike any other field watch at this price. It is a watch that carries a philosophical weight about time, love, and what connects us across the distances that matter, in a package that wears with effortless, everyday confidence. Hamilton could not have made a more perfect field watch if they tried. The Hamilton Khaki Field Murph retails for approximately $745, $895 USD.